What's up, y'all? How we doing? Today's video is going to be short and sweet. I am reviewing Maxxxine. Finally got to watch it, and easily the worst one in the franchise. Now, let me start off by saying this X trilogy, every movie is completely different. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. You got X, which is a slasher horror movie. You got Pearl, which is a slow burn unraveling of her mental state. Excuse me. And you got Maxxxine, which is a whodunit mystery guy hunting down Maxxxine. So, I didn't like this one as much. You got Maxxxine, who it's 10 years later, basically. It's like 1977, some shit. 1987, sorry. 88, I think. And another thing the trilogy does well is capturing the era of each thing. You know, especially Pearl with capturing that, like, Wizard of Oz, like, brightness. You know what I'm saying? And, so you're following Maxxxine, and she is trying to become an actress outside of porn, and the past is catching up with her. You got Kevin Bacon in here, who does a wonderful job. Maxxxine does a wonderful job. Mia Goth, wonderful as always. So somebody hires Kevin Bacon, a private detective, to track down Maxxxine, and he basically starts harassing her as she lands this gig in a horror movie. And the horror movie is directed by a woman who is all about empowerment and making a statement. And basically, all of her friends are getting murdered by this mystery guy with the black leather gloves, but you know who it is. If you have any common sense at all, you know who the killer is going to be. And it's simultaneously happening the same time as the Night Stalker murders are going on. So the killer that's killing her friends are trying to make it look like the Night Stalker's killing them. I think they could have done something really cool with that concept and, like, mixed the Night Stalker in where it's like Maxxxine versus the Night Stalker or something. But no. So we got Kevin Bacon. He's harassing her, you know, and there's video evidence of the porn massacre, what the fuck was it called? The Texas porn massacre or something, and it's got video of her being in that porn. Which means there's video evidence out there of her being connected to these crimes. And what confuses me is how that's just let go. Like, you got the private detective bringing it up, like, hey, you know, you're going to pay for this. You got somebody that's looking for you. You're going to pay for your sins and what you've done. And all of her friends are dying around her, and she doesn't care. Maxxxine, I have a hard time caring about her character, okay? Like, she's very, very selfish. I get she had to endure such a hard life, and in this movie, she ends up, you know, the serial killer ends up being her dad that's making his own film because he wants to show how Hollywood corrupted and ruined his daughter, and blah, blah, blah. How evil is on tape, which is funny because he's putting evil on tape. She had it hard, and, like, there's a part where a guy, you know, tracks her down in an alley, fucking pulls out a blade, and then she pulls out a gun, and then makes him strip naked, has high heels, and steps on his nuts. Like, she's got some badass moments that, like, oh, the keys, where the fucking detective is following her and she gets out and puts the keys in between her knuckles and just fucking goes to town on him. That no bullshit attitude I like about her. The don't fuck with me, I will fuck you up type mentality she's got, I like. But she doesn't care about anybody around her but herself. And that, to me, is kind of a hard person to root for. Like, all her friends died in X, and she kind of seems like she doesn't care. Like, it does a little bit of bringing out the PTSD of what she dealt with, but not really. And as her friends are dropping around her, she doesn't really seem to care. And she, like, there's a line where these detectives are trying to catch the killer, and they know it's not the Night Stalker, and they know that it's somehow related to Maxxine. And they're like, you can help save the next girl's life. And then she's like, well, she should save herself. I did. It's like, bitch, that's exactly why you should want to save her. Like, I just don't like her mentality. I think she's selfish, and I don't really care for her character. And I don't know. It's not. It's a pretty slow movie. It's just not my favorite, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of whodunit type murder shit. God, that, out of all the things in Hollywood, that genre has got to be the most overplayed. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I'm doing a bad job. I haven't taken you through the movie, but that's really basically it. If you got fucking Kevin Bacon that's following her around. She tells her manager, who happens to be the actor that plays Edgar in fucking The Boys. Brilliant actor. I can't remember his name. And then we got a badass kill scene of killing Kevin Bacon. He gets crushed with the car thing, which I wish they would have zoomed in on whenever he was getting crushed, but we see the outside of the car and it gets crushed, and then blood starts pouring out the bottom of the car. Pretty good. And then we figure out that it's her dad that's been after her this whole time, and then the climax is her fighting her dad. And he's such a dumbass, man. Like, fucking A. I know not every religious person is like him, but dude, you gotta realize there really are people that are that extreme in religion that they will literally fucking set their daughter on fire because they don't believe. Like, he's an extremely religious guy who's on the righteous side, wanting to fucking take the demons out of her because he doesn't have demons in him. No, that's not how that works, man. I mean, if you kill for the Lord, it doesn't count as killing. That's how that works. Anyway, there's a lot of things I don't like about the movie, okay? First of all, at the end, whenever you got Pearl aiming the shotgun at her dad and the helicopter's above, they say, this is your final warning, put the gun down. And she shoots him in the head. Get a badass head explosion. Good death scene. They would have killed her for that. Like, in the real world, she would not have been able to shoot him in the head. Like, when they're saying, put the gun down, this is your final warning, they would have shot her. But she just kills him. And then, yes, I get it, it's self-defense. He tried to kill her. But I'm saying, in that situation where he's down, now he's not a threat, and you have a gun to his face, in real life, you would be shot before being able to shoot this helpless person, even if he was the instigator. So the fact that she killed him and got away with that was weird. The lead detective, the female, I actually really liked her character. She gets stabbed in the eye and is like, I got him, I shot him. And then rolls down a hill, and then we never see her again. What happened to her? Did she fall down the hill? I guess she rolled all the way down the Hollywood Hills and died. God, I couldn't have said that more hillbilly-ish. Heels? Did she fall down the heels and die? Like, it just showed her stabbed in the eye, and then she fell, and that's the last time we see her. I actually really liked her character. But I guess she just, I don't know, died. But my biggest problem is that, so she kills her dad, the movie she stars in does fantastic, and she got what she wanted all along, to be a star. Yay, 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 yay. You get to be a selfish twat and win in the end. Woo. What I don't understand is how the evidence from her being connected to the murders in X just gets dropped and not brought up. Like, she absolutely would, like, she absolutely would go to, like, not necessarily go to jail, like, but, you know, Kevin Bacon's character wouldn't be the only one in the world that knows of those murders. Like, there would be more people on that case, and so, I don't know. You kind of gotta suspend a little bit of belief to believe that she just gets away with everything and winds up being a star. And then you're supposed to, like, it's supposed to be like a happy ending because she's a star now, but, like, at the cost of everything, at the cost of killing your dad, at the cost of all your friends dying, and she just wasn't really a character that I don't know, that I rooted for very much. So, I'm just going to go ahead and rank the movies now. I'm not going to make two separate videos and milk it. X, Pearl, Maxxine. There you go. X and Pearl, I think, are both good on a quality standpoint equally. But rewatchability, X, you know, you could watch that a million times over. Pearl is one of those that once you see it, you've seen it, and there's really no need to watch it again. Maxxine, nah, I don't see why you'd want to watch this one again either. I mean, you don't get very many kills. They're not very bloody. It's mostly following Maxxine, and, like, it's kind of a boring movie, honestly. It's my brain cells, man. I need more flair. I need Fast and Furious, okay? I need constant stuff. No, Pearl was great. Maxxine, I just was not invested, I guess. And, oh, and I forgot to mention this. So I commented this on my Pearl review. I did not know that Mia Goth played Pearl in X. I did not know that. So I take back what I said about Mia Goth being an okay actor in X. Because everybody applauded her acting. And I'm like, what are you talking about? How is she the villain? I get it now. She was Pearl. I had no fucking idea that that was Mia Goth. So the makeup team, holy shit, they deserve a raise. And she sold it. Like, I legitimately thought that was an old woman. Like, obviously I knew that there was makeup and shit to make her look older. Like, she looks like she's fucking 130. But no, like, I legit thought that was an old woman. That Mia sold the shit out of that, and the makeup team, amazing. So I wanted to make sure I threw that in here. I completely missed that. My dumbass completely missed that next. That Pearl, that Mia Goth played the old version of Pearl. So X, very good movie. Could have been a fucking 9 out of 10 movie if the second half wasn't rushed. Pearl, very good movie. Maxxine, As a trilogy, though, I think it's a nice trilogy. I think it's a gem. We don't get very good horror movies anymore, so I'll take this, right? Like, this is a nice surprise. So, I'll say that. Mia Goth did an amazing job. I think she showed that she's a good scream queen. Like, she's gonna win some awards in her career for sure. But yeah, Maxxine just didn't really do it for me. I give it a 5 out of 10. I gave the others a 7. I give this one a 5. X could have been a 9. If they would have not rushed the second half, fleshed out the kills more, found a different way to kill Howard, I think it could have been so much better. But up until the first kill, X was perfectly executed. No pun intended.
Hi. Hey, little one. Hi.
What, you just in my chair? I make video. Yeah, so, yeah, there it is. And, look, man, I appreciate you guys that are watching my shit. feel free to critique me. Like, I've been rewatching my videos and I noticed that I drag on a lot. Somehow, every time I talk about something, it winds up being 40 minutes, and it's just me repeating the same shit in a bunch of different ways, and I'm trying... I gotta get better. I want to start trimming the fat off of my videos and start getting to the point, and, like, I just reiterate the same thing in different ways, and go, and go, and go, and go. And I just kind of assumed that everybody that watched my videos just kind of watched the first 3 minutes and clicked off. But after looking at the analytics, there's a few of you out there that are actually watching every minute of my videos, and thank you. I can't fucking believe it. I can't believe you actually sit through 40 minutes of me bitching or talking about whatever I'm talking about, a movie or whatever. Just from the bottom of my heart, thank you. The next video I'm coming out with is going to be a political one. I lost a subscriber because of my election video yesterday. And I don't fucking get it. I did nothing but give the numbers, dude, about the election and talked about how Trump sucks. And then guess what's all over Facebook the next day? Oh yeah, women are property. Back to you get out of this country, fucker, bit, blah, blah. You can't blame Trump for that, right? But my problem is conservatives not calling out other conservatives, because not every conservative is a racist asshole. There's some level-headed conservatives out there. I know. I'm literally friends with more conservatives than I am liberals. So, but why don't you guys call out your extremists? Why don't you do that? Until you do that, I'm lumping you in with them, okay? I call out everybody for being shitty. Even my fucking self. And it's amazing to me that what loses me a subscriber is talking about how we, the American people, should be demanding better candidates, or Storytime got my first dislike. Storytime is a video of me talking about growing up with racist fucking role models and how those racist role models claim to be pro-life today. And that got a dislike. What? I'm sorry that I grew... Like, what? How? How is... Out of everything I've talked about, how is that what gets a dislike? I'm sorry that I grew up with racist assholes and called them out for it and called out how contradictory it is that they claim to be pro-life today. Look, I get it. Get mad at me for calling it out instead of your fucking self and your fellow conservatives for being that way, but I'm going to continue to call it out. And the next video, I have somebody that I'm about to rip apart. So, stay tuned for that, I suppose. I just wanted to throw this quick Maxxxine review out there. And yeah, to those of you that have been watching my shit, thank you. This was an interesting trilogy. It was. It was. It was well written, and I don't know. I don't know what I wanted out of Maxxxine. It's like I said, I'm not very invested in her character. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I didn't think she was a very likable character. She wasn't an ex. She wasn't like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But what I think the X trilogy does well is show the struggles of women in their time, right? Pearl does a great job of showing the struggles. Like, Pearl was a victim of her time. And X does a good job of showing, like, Maxxxine does a good job of showing women in Hollywood in the 70s and how they have to work twice as hard. Does a really good job at showing you the obstacles, the barriers in women's way in these time periods. Yeah, there you go. Maxxxine review. X movies ranked. I'm placing X above Pearl. I rate them both a 7, but I'm placing X above Pearl just because of rewatchability. Giving Maxxxine a 5. Look, man, a 5 from me. That's not bad. I gave Terrifier a fucking 2. I gave the second Terrifier a 5. So, yeah, it's as good as the second Terrifier to me. Maxxxine is as good at... Well, wait a minute. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that. Maxxxine is as good as Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2 was meh. It was okay. I'm going off on a tangent, okay? I'm sorry. I'm doing it again. I'm fucking talking too much. Anyway. Love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.